what's up? It's Kenzie, and today I'm here with Meghan.
Hey, how's it going?
We filmed a video on her channel as well, and I'll link it down below. Definitely go check that out. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. Coconut, you've got to stop.
Coconut said to subscribe.
Coconut says to subscribe, so you have to. Today we're filming a video on like confidence and like self-love and stuff. I asked you guys for questions on my Instagram, so we're just going to be answering them from there. Okay, you can answer this one. The first one is, how do you always stay so confident?
Okay. Why did you give this one to me?
I just did the first one. The first one is for you.
My tips for staying as confident as possible is just knowing and feeling your confidence truly though. Like, I can't tell you to be confident when you're not already. Does that make sense? You have to learn to love yourself, and it's an ongoing journey. Like, there will always be flaws about you where you're like, oh, I just don't really like that. But you have to understand that it's all a part of you and it's always going to be there, and you're just going to have to learn to embrace it. Otherwise, you're just going to be sitting there being like, oh, picking yourself apart every single day. So that's my answer.
I mean, I don't think anyone's always confident, one. And then also, my number one thing with confidence is that, like, do not compare yourself to other people. That's like the number one issue with confidence, because people will like compare each other, and like, you're never gonna look like the next person, and like, they're never gonna look like you, and you just need to like focus on yourself and not other people, because as soon as you start comparing yourself to other people in real life, at school, on social media, on TV, and magazines, that's when you're gonna have like more confidence issues.
Comparison is the death of confidence.
The worst. When do you feel the most confident?
I feel the most confident when I wake up on those days. Do you know what I mean? It's when you wake up in the day and you're like, this is just my day.
Yes,
and you're in a really good mood, because not every single day you're like, oh, this is the most confident I've ever been. Because like, some people might be like, oh, I feel the most confident when I have a full face of makeup on, or I feel the most confident when I'm wearing a cute outfit. But like, nothing that you can dress up on your body is going to like, I guess it is going to make you feel more confident like on the outside, but at the same time, like, you can feel confident without makeup, without a cute ass outfit, anything that you could want. You know, like I said, it's always been here. I feel like all of my answers are scattered right now because I'm really hyped on coffee and I'm like, woohoo! But really though, I just feel like my most confident days are when I wake up and I'm like, I feel so productive today. I've got like, it's like when you got a chip on your shoulder.
Oh yeah. No, I think when I feel most confident, it's actually when I'm wearing like less makeup, one, and then I think like literally when I wake up and I'm like, wow, this is awesome, especially when I'm hanging out with like my close friends, because they're all like very uplifting and very like female empowerment. Like, I think like those days probably just like good days, you know?
Yeah.
Sure. How do you find something to love about yourself? I don't know how you like tell someone that though.
Yeah. And it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
So I couldn't tell you to be like, oh, just find this one part about yourself and learn to love it. Like, you yourself have to sit down and be like, just make a gratitude journal. That is my number one thing. Write out all the things, sorry, I'm like choking on my words, that you are going to learn to love this year. I was talking about this in like this podcast that Lindsay and I are doing, but I was watching 2 videos like from the start of 2016 where people were like, this year I want to learn to love myself. 2 different people that I was watching on YouTube were like, I want to learn to love myself this year. I see other girls like loving all of their stuff about their body, and I'm just like, I wish I could do that, you know? And like I said, like, it's a journey and nobody can teach you it, if that makes sense. Like, you have to teach yourself. You have to get all of the tools together in your head and get all of your thoughts together and literally just write it out. Be like, there's too much coffee. There's too much coffee in my system. But just write it out and be like, I love just like the crease of, you know, my butt. I love the cellulite on my back of my thigh. And like, once you see those things and you're like, honestly, like, this is great. Like, I have a body, and these are the things that come along with having a body, and you gotta learn to love it, because it's the only body you got right now.
Perfect. Do you ever lose confidence when people comment hate on your videos?
No.
No, not at all.
Because like, you're doing this and they're doing that.
I always think about that. Even when like people from like school or just like random people are just like rude to me about YouTube, it's like, I feel so much better about myself that I would never ever like be rude to someone. Like, I don't get how you can get to that stage of life. You know what I mean?
Just delete. I used to tag and drag back in the day. Like, I would reply back to someone and be like, you're sad or whatever. But then you're just stooping down to their level, you know? Just block, delete and block. That's what you can do.
One of them was, what do you love most about yourself? Which also, okay, I think this is a good question to answer, just because I think for so long, girls were like cut down and pushed down for loving themselves and stuff. And I think 2015 was like a good year where it's like the ball has dropped and it's like been rolling on people like being able to be like, I love myself, and like, you know, like you see it on Twitter and stuff like that. So I think it's just a good thing. I think a lot of the time, like when you're young, you're just taught that you're like, for some reason, girls are supposed to be like, oh yeah, I don't like this about myself. Like it's weirder for a girl to be like, oh, I really like my hair, than to be like, oh, I hate my hair. You know what I mean? And that's just annoying.
I think it's more common for people to complain rather than like list the things that they love.
Yeah, I agree.
My favorite thing is my attitude, just like my general way about life, because that can be learned as well, and like you can be positive as you want, or as positive as you want. But also I like this question because I feel like sometimes this is seen as like like you're so into yourself.
Yeah, that's
like
what I'm saying.
You're picking something that you love about yourself. Like, no, that's not it at all. Everybody needs to have that kind of love about themselves to like be able to go out into the world and be like, you know what? Today I'm feeling on top of the world and I'm gonna let my light shine for everybody.
Yeah, how to be independent and not rely on other people for like confidence and happiness. You're just never going to get confidence and happiness from another person. It's like solely like completely within you. Yeah. And like people like will come and go. Like, you should just never rely on another person, because if they're having a bad day, then you're gonna have to have a bad day. It's just, you should rely completely on yourself.
I'd say that people who are talking about confidence in your life, i.e. us now, we just serve as reminders for you on your journey. Like if you're watching this and you're like, damn, like I really want to get to that point, then like get to that point. Like we're only just sharing tips that we've learned over time, and this is just like a reminder for you at this point.
How to have confidence when you have scars on your body. I have like a lot of scars on my forehead because when I was younger I had this whole accident, I had to get stitches. It was a big deal, and I honestly, I don't know why, but I was never really like self-conscious about it at all until I was older and people started to say stuff about it, and I really wasn't ever like, oh my gosh, but like that, I don't know, it was like people started to point it out, so it's just like when people start pointing it out, it makes it worse. But also like cellulite.
But it's also like a story.
Yeah, I know. Like, it's like a conversation starter, you know?
Yeah, scars literally are stories though.
Yeah.
Like, the butt scar that I have right now, that's a story. Like I look at it and I'm like, oh, I wish that would heal, but at the same time I'm like, but if anybody sees it and like asks about it, then I just have a story to tell. So that's kind of funny.
I think you just have to change the way like you look you know what I mean? Yeah, because like I'm not insecure about it at all now. Yeah. But like before, it was like awkward. You know what I mean? You just have to like change your attitude about things. I think so much of confidence is changing your attitude.
I used to feel really, really bad about my acne scars on my face, and I would just be so self-conscious about them, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I just need to like put on the makeup just to like cover it up and all that kind of stuff. But it's just a part of you. Like I said before, scars are stories, and it's just you, and those are all the things that you need to learn to embrace. And everybody has little imperfections, and like we were talking about before with cellulite and stuff, like you're literally just growing, like your skin is just stretching and being like, hey, I'm here, you know, look at me, and you're just gonna be like, hey, I acknowledge you, and you're there, and everybody has it, and like who cares, right?
Literally every single person has cellulite. Like the stretch marks, I would say like 95% of people have it. And I don't know, like you just kind of have to learn to love it, you know? You just need to change your attitude. Like you're not the only person in the world who has cellulite. You're not the only person in the world who has like acne scars, anything like that. Like there are people and they're there with you. You just gotta make it through, you know? How to ignore negative comments and people who are negative in your life. Like they're saying like it's pushing them down confidence-wise.
My mom and I were actually discussing this. It's more of like negative comments are also kind of like a different form of just complaints. Like, oh, this is so bad in my life. Just like listen to me talk about all the bad stuff and like just reassure me that it's okay. That's all the person wants, is to be reassured that it's okay. So if somebody is like being all negative or complaining or something, my favorite thing to do is just like, sometimes I'll just like agree. I'll just be like, yeah. And it's just like, it becomes so bland that they're like, fuck. They're not even paying attention anymore, like, and then they'll kind of get the memo, like, I need to pipe down. But if they really don't, change the topic. Literally, just change the topic, be like, so, about that, blah, 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 and then just make it move from there. And also, if there's negative people in your life who are just always just, like, talking smack on people.
Leave them.
Or, just cut them out of your life. Like, you're the only one in charge of who is in your life and who's serving you good and who's serving you bad. Like, if there's somebody who's like, oh, you just don't want to hang out with them because they're always just like, yap, be like, see ya, I gotta go. I mean, you can just like cut them down to smaller amounts. You don't have to literally be like, hey, you're really negative and I don't
and I hate you.
Exactly. You can just be like, oh no, I'm busy, and just, you know, not like lie, but just like, you know, you don't gotta do what you get. You
don't owe anyone anything. Also, another thing with like cutting negative people out of your life, I feel like from when I moved from Texas to here last summer, like my confidence like skyrocketed, and it's honestly like looking back on it, it's because I'm around so many more positive people, whereas at home like it's just a very negative atmosphere. Not my home, I mean like my hometown. It's a very negative atmosphere, and I don't know, just like being around people who are positive has helped so much with confidence and like feeling good about myself and like what I want to do and feeling confident in like what I want to do with life, I think.
Exactly.
So like just get away from negative people.
Surround yourself with people that you want to be surrounded with.
Okay, the question was along the lines of like, what do you do to feel confident whenever you're just like stressed out and you don't think that you can like do like accomplish what you want to accomplish? I think me time is really, really important. You need to like get to know yourself and like spend time on your own and learn to be on your own, because again, like you can't like rely on anyone else. So whenever I'm like really stressed out or like just something like just like a bad week, I'll just take like a spa night kind of thing, and I'll just take like, you know, nice bath bomb, a lush face mask. Yeah, like it's so helpful. Watch like I watch uplifting like YouTube videos, just stuff like that like makes you feel good, and you just spend time on your own, like gratitude journal, just anything like that.
Journaling, writing for yourself, doing literally just like the best things that you know are good for you or know that are going to lift you higher and are going to make you feel good by yourself.
Yeah.
Like making yourself feel good, taking that time to get to know yourself.
Yep, perfect. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, don't forget to check out Megan's video and subscribe to her channel and my channel if you're not already. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon.
Bye!
Okay, we need to take a thumbnail.
Coconut said bye too.